we get to do
Let's
this?
go!
Okay, Mr. Man, you go.
We're live. Welcome, folks. Thank you all for tuning in yet again to Border Nexus. It's on Sundays now. For those of you who read my Twitter, Sundays. For those of you who didn't, you're not here. So,
Bro,
you,
fake fans.
honestly. But we're going to be continuing the Border Nexus on Sundays at 4 p.m. 4:15 p.m., mind you. We were in a bit of a communication dispute today. Fucking Eastern Standard Time. So, just for future reference, for those of you who, couldn't watch because it was on Sundays before and people had work to do, we amended this. DM, who do you want to recap this?
Thaddeus.
I will recap. Alright, I gotta recap what happened on fucking Dagos Day. So in our last session, as for those who don't know, we've been doing our war arc, and all our characters have taken on different squadrons, moving them across the country. Last session we focused on specifically Dakif's squadron, as he moved up with one Bigby, leading his squadron, and they eventually split up. A few things happened there. Bigby may or may not have paid respects to someone somewhere in Crotavir. Unknown. He didn't ask any questions, so we don't know. He definitely warped time and space or whatever to move their group across the country at an insane speed. And Dakif made his way up to the top around into Crow's Nest and above Cabernet in a day. Record time. So preparing himself in motion for the oncoming attack. While he was up there, it started to snow. Then he talked to Kalazax. And he learned a bit more about how the artillery and everything they got going on. And then eventually he passed out to rest and had a vision. It had a lot going on there. The vision showed a thunderstorm in the distance. Or behind him, actually. Behind him in the water.
No, that was in real life as well.
I amended myself, thank you. He saw that in real life, though. Then he had his vision. He was stuck under snow in the vision. Upon getting out of the snow, I believe you immediately fell towards the sky where more snow was?
Yes.
Then you looked into a puddle. There was a thundercloud behind you. You saw a Vurian in it. Then he did some vague things that you still have to look into. Their meanings, who knows? And both Ruby and Yardir appeared in the vision as well.
Notably, Ruby directly behind
Yes.
Avarian and Yardir behind me.
And your skin appeared red and your tongue split. Very fiendish-like nature. And then you woke up in a cold sweat, very afraid. And then eventually...
Avarian's arm turned blue and scaly.
Yeah, it did.
He needs to get that checked by a dermatologist, to be honest.
Honestly.
Yeah, no, he needs a skin doctor. He needs a skin graft.
He should probably...
He honestly just probably should see Tiamat about that or something.
Oh yeah, and then there was Tiamat in it as well. Sorry, thank you. He saw the second layer of Hell's Tower, where its Archdevil originally reigned, and instead of seeing anything indicative of them, you saw Tiamat climbing the tower and just overlooking it. And then following that, Dakif woke up, was in a cold sweat. He saw some runes on some trees that were ominous, and eventually placed himself readying for the signal to attack. And then we, outside of character, so none of our characters saw this, only us as people saw this as a vision. A dawn-like hammer cracked through a ship where the vampire we had met several sessions ago, the pirate vampire who had the flying ship that he had mentioned had broken down, and this is clearly how it happened, was sitting on as he overpassed Pendragosa's lands, and another point had been brought up there when Pendragosa mentioned the flying ship on his end. Also this. As he stared out over, the dawn came over the horizon, cracked his ship, turned around, he shot at it, it fucking busted his hull, and the ship started to fall from the sky. And then we flashed to a hammer in the ocean, picked up by a 3-fingered hand, not including thumb. That was Silver Gauntleted. I think I covered it all. Did I miss any?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
DM, it's all you.
Notably, Daggett last session displaying some humanity?
Yes. Empathy.
Yeah.
What?
Dacketh having a nice little character arc.
Wild.
We don't have
Baffling.
those here.
No. You're not characters. You're but pawns in my little game. You're the little people in my computer.
He made our characters for us.
You but
Yeah,
play in my board.
yeah,
I, the one
correct.
who control it.
This is the book I wrote.
This is true.
So now we circle around. Thaddeus holding the largest swath of units, about double the size of the rest of the battalions.
Correct.
Individually, not together. Marching with Rudia and Ruby. And Thaddeus, as you have your cannons with you, in what position are you in regards to the rest of your battalion?
So, am I also
Where have
saying
you
what the
ordered their
battalion
placements?
also kind of fits itself as well?
Yeah.
I imagine for like coverage, if we're going through a densely forested area, we probably can't spread out as much. So they're probably doing that spread out.
Either that or you have to spread out more.
Yeah, I don't like that because we could lose people. Kind of, like the line that armies do, where like they break up in subsections. Think the Dragon Prince scene where the army's marching towards. I can't remember the name of the nation, but the human armies are marching down, and they have their each individual square brackets that are in a straight line. That's what we're kind of going for with Rudia, Ruby, and Thaddeus leading up front. Down what they will probably be whatever path they can make.
All right. Then, are you three effectively scouting beyond?
They're in front of the group, but not far enough away where like they can't they've just got a little bit of distance so the group can't like hear whatever they might be talking about. They're you know what I mean? But not far enough away where like we wouldn't know or that they can't see us.
Right. As you're marching,
All right.
how are your cannons organized?
2 in the front of the group, or at least in that group with them. 2 in the middle of the large line, and 2 sitting at the back.
Understood.
Both on each side. You know what I mean? Kind of covering the points of this rectangle line.
Understood. So with that out of the way, as you approach, you can see up at the eastern corner, basically about above the capital of Arunia, you can see that same storm brewing and growing larger.
Probably a lot closer to me, isn't it?
You and Deck are about the same distance from it.
It's right over there. Okay, that gives me an idea of where it is functionally.
And it seems to be, you can almost see the voltage kicking up with each passing, hour. And eventually it starts, you can see bolts start just striking rapidly on the capital of Arunia.
Okay.
Unsure of what exactly is causing this. As you continue marching, the trees are much more lush. Even more so than you've seen before. And as you're marching, you can almost... You know how you've ever seen a time lapse of a plant grow?
Yeah.
You are seeing that.
It's just they're growing exponentially quick.
They're growing incredibly fast. At first, it's not even noticeable, and then it spikes. And they're just the leaves are budding. You can almost see overgrowth happening where too many leaves are coming out of each pore of the tree on its branches. Like so much so that leaves are like pushing other leaves off.
Are the trees growing like larger physically?
Correct. They are growing taller.
All right. They getting in our way at all?
They are not. They're still standing where they were. They're not growing in width, but they're growing taller.
I wasn't sure if the roots were getting in the way at all. I want to make sure. But they're just growing really quick. All right. I'm gonna look to Ruby and be like, "Do you know what this is?"
I've had to wage elven magics. I've not seen such growth from anything but. Perhaps it's a new agricultural technique.
But there's why so much? There's...
Audacity? Perhaps? Perhaps greed, even. Perhaps a defensive line.
He's gonna look back at the cloud as he says that. Perhaps something is happening in Arunia too.
It seems so. But I'd wager it's not our business.
It's none of mine.
Indeed. And as you continue marching, you can see a little tiny blue, like the lightning kind of almost appears like a small bolt just in front of you. Like a little floating mote of lightning just appears like right in front of you.
I stopped it.
And it's like there's just a floating little tiny blue ball of lightning.
I stopped myself and like pulled a fist up to the troops, having them stop behind me.
Mm-hmm. And then you see this little ball kind of shift and then almost point like an arrow forward.
This forward it's pointing, where is that looking towards? Is it towards cavern?
It's a little bit more to the east as to where you were marching, but it is still towards Cabernet.
It's still towards Cabernet. Alright, so it will take us to Cabernet if we were to follow it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I look at Ruby and Rudy. We might be getting help.
I see. Who could be causing such help?
An ally in the loosest, and he says that in the loosest possible terms.
Hmm.
He better.
You're welcome.
Interesting.
Some guy named Liberian.
Oh. Lightning Mage?
He seems to come off as such, yes.
Interesting. Then onward, then.
And he'll, I guess, direct the troops following him, and as they shift their direction slightly towards the easternmost, some following the arrow.
As you continue marching, you recognize this like southern area. And you see these trees still growing faster and faster, and yet it's silent, with the exception of your troops.
The area itself is just silent.
Like, as you're approaching, and you can see like buildings in the distance of like the same like barky structures that Arunia builds.
Gotcha.
Silence.
Thaddeus
Not a footfall, not a word spoken up forward.
Thaddeus is gonna have Rudia inform the troop brigade right behind them, and have a troop go inform the rest to be on guard.
Mm-hmm.
And then also be on guard himself.
Alright, go ahead and roll a perception check.
These things I'm so good at.
You pick the stats, not me.
I know.
Nothing but the off-putting silence. Just a lot of it. And as you begin, you can see the arrow kind of taking like a little, like veering a little bit more to the left as you continue marching.
Alright, turning more left. He follows it and directs the troops as such.
As you continue following the arrow, kind of passing what appear to just be like a ghost town, as these buildings are just empty. And you hear one of the hobgoblins kind of comes up behind you.
Yes.
Sir, there are corpses. Completely drained of blood. Elves.
Drained of blood. Is anything attached to them?
No. They have no marks on them that we noticed.
That's not what I mean. Look for any roots. If any roots are piercing their body.
Piercing their body. Understood. And then he runs back and seems to give out the order to like check shoes and check boots. And then very quickly comes back. All of them have a hole in their foot.
This only affected the elves when we came through here before. There are no elves in this group, I remember. So, I mean, we have
Correct.
that. But be on guard. I don't trust this forest. I never have.
Understood. As you continue going through these empty towns, the arrow takes like a sudden halt and then points almost like directly at what looks to be a still closed building.
Thaddeus gets off Sunder. He telepathically tells Sunder, like, wait here. Let me know if anything happens or you see anything.
Understood.
And he has Rudy come with him, and then tells Rudy, like, keep an eye out.
Of course.
And then he slowly makes his way to the door.
As you make up the door, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Wouldn't Rudy be rolling perception too?
Fuck yeah,
doesn't
nat 20.
You can hear voices conversating in there, like hushed but panicked, but not in a language you understand, but in sounds you recognize.
Alright. He knocks.
It goes silent.
Yeah. Well, he does have an idea of who's in there. He's gonna ready a hammer at his side and open the door slowly, cautiously.
As you open the door, you see the Elderanians. All not tightly compacted, but they're in this building, and you can see like there's hatches going down deeper, which is probably where more of them are hiding. But you can see the dock on the top floor, as well as what look to be about 10 dead. Pale skin, sunken faces.
The elves.
Elves.
He looks at Doc. Doc.
That is...
What's been going on here?
This is where we were told to hide out. And... I don't know what happened. They were all sick, and then as soon as I would take my eyes off them, they'd collapse and then end up like this.
Well, congrats, because we're not staying here any longer.
That's a good idea.
And he kind of or motions to him to come over first before he discusses further.
Uh-huh. And he walks over.
And he shows him the troops outside. We're marching on Cabernet. Be there, and how long do you the Thaddeus would know about the given estimate time we'd get there, right? How long?
Oh, it'd probably be about I want to say like about half a day.
Half a day. We'll be there in about half a day. There.
To get to the border, it'd be much quicker than that, but...
Well, yeah, but to get to where we're trying to get, which is further in Cabernet. There's a lot going on, and a lot has happened since you and I have last seen each other. But I want to take you back to the capital and keep you all safe, and my people as well. Are they here? Mine?
No. The Crotaverans? No. It's just us.
And he's disgruntled, but he'll continue. Keeping you as safe as a start. We'll worry about them later down the line. But I cannot keep our capital safe unless I have Cabernet out of the picture.
Understood.
And I'm sorry to say this, but your options are not great. They either stay here and deal with this, or come with us and assist in our war endeavors.
I may have a way to help.
I'll take anything you have.
And he nods.
If you want to let them know that we'll be heading out immediately.
Understood. And he goes and speaks to a lot of them.
Thaddeus heads back out and conveys his information to Ruby.
And he seems to like make it a point to make sure everyone's out of the building first before he is. And do you just go back right away to talk to Ruby?
Just let him know of the change in plan, yeah.
Okay. As you're going, letting Ruby know. Eventually, Doc does come. Though a bit of a pained look on his face.
What seems to be the matter?
I'm just concerned.
There's a lot to be concerned about. You'll have to be more on the nose about what it is.
This will be the third time in a year that I'm at the front line of trying to keep all these people safe.
Well, and hopefully this will be the last time this year you have to keep them safe.
That is the hope. Let's hope that it's for a good reason, that it's the last.
By the way, I want your people to know that I am what it is that I am, the rules that I border by. I'm now king of Crotavir.
See?
And I will not rule like the last one. I am not a man of gods. You know this.
I understand this well.
And those changes will be implemented when we get there.
Understood.
If they abide by them, listen to what is said, I can promise we'll keep them safe. But I am no longer going to tolerate dissent within my capital.
They will get the message.
And he hops back on Thunder, waiting for the Elder Radiant to get out and all that, and keeps an eye out.
Yep. As they do, you see Doc kind of gather a bunch of the more like fighter types. And he seems to he hands them some parchment and stuff and kind of directs them westward.
Brilliant. They, that is what kind of conveyed to him to have them, the folks who are not fighters probably group in between the other sections of the war line. So they are blocked in the front and back by fighters and such, and have the remaining Alderaanians who are fighters split themselves into groups among the main groups of fighters.
As you when I say directing them westward, I mean the Crotover.
Oh, they're trying to head.
They're gathering the survivors.
I see. Gotcha. Then, what's the word for? Ignore that prior command.
As you continue.
Yep.
Eventually you do breach past these ghost towns of Arunia's Palm.
And notably, because it would have been noticed, we're like, despite being ghost towns from that, we're like really damaged, burnt, like attacked at all. They were just normal.
Correct.
So Cabernet hasn't been here yet.
Indeed.
Noted. He's going to keep that in the back of his mind, too.
And so, as you march onward, you can see in the distance that there are forts of non-elven make.
Gotcha.
Beyond the border.
How many of them do I see?
You can see about 3 within viewing distance, that's probably a couple miles still.
And there's these forts. When you say fort, is it like outpost type things or like actual fucking forts?
They're like border protection forts.
Border protection forts. So smaller than normal.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright. I probably can't see if anyone's on it, I assume. If they're
not
away.
At this distance, you can just see the forts.
Didn't think so. He's gonna send another message down the line into Ruby and Rudia. Approaching on enemy territory. Be ready. Pretty much tell them to arm themselves and get in the fighting position or stance.
As they do. Your battalion has yet to be, well, unsure whether or not they've been spotted, but it is quiet. Do you continue marching, or what do you do?
Yes, I'm gonna continue marching.
Okay. As you continue marching, eventually you do hear a horn blare.
Yeah, figured as much. Sounds like it's coming from one of the forts.
Correct.
Yeah. And he's gonna arm himself with his hammers immediately. And look at Ruby and Rudia. And it's gonna go to Ruby and be like, "You are a fighter too, correct?"
Something like that.
You are a very disturbing man.
I try.
And he's gonna like motion all the troops forward at a faster pace. And how far did we move closer to the bases before they blared?
Say again?
How close were we to the bases before they blared? Like whatever the closest base is.
It's probably like a mile.
A mile.
Still.
They got some good sites over there. They must have something. I mean, it's a big group, but still. All right. moving them forward still.
Right. As you continue moving forward,
Oh, what's the
It
range on the
almost looks
cannons,
like-
by the way? I don't know that.
oh, it's probably it's like about half a mile.
Half a mile. Good, good.
Only half a mile more.
Yep. And you can see them. You can now see like almost like wall, like
Whoa.
barricades being like laid down
Oh,
or
sweet.
reinforced.
They're preparing.
Rip their walls.
Regular walls. My favorite kind of walls.
Base.
That is what these are, aren't they? And
Now, in what formation are your troops? How spread out are they, and in how many amounts are they spread?
all right, I'm glad you asked this exactly. So for the main bugbear troops, I wanted to put them in groups of 25.
Okay.
25, 25, 25. That should go on 7 times. 7 groups of 25 spread out. 3 of them have 2 cannons each. If we come up into a clearing, we'll have them kind of move outwards and take, the wide angle. But while they're like this, they're going to split up into, I don't know, let's say they've got between each other probably about 60 feet, I want to say.
Okay.
And then, between the last member of one group and the first member of another.
Mm-hmm.
But they're
Are you doing it in a straight line or in like a square?
presently it's a straight
block
line
formation?
until like they get to an open area, because I assume as they're traveling through the forest, it's hard to keep giant groups like that.
Correct.
So this is making use of what they have.
But the question is, are they just in a straight line, like along a straight line together, or is it like in a bend, or in like an echelon, or at like a corner?
It's a straight line functionally. It bends with whatever the road is.
Okay. Understood.
And he will make the command to have them start arming the cannons if they can do that mobily.
Alrighty. As they begin arming the cannons, you have probably another turn before you're in range.
Really? Oh, wait, I have only 4 cannons, right? Or is it 6?
Correct. You only have 4.
It's 4. So 2 in the back, 2 in the front. Then we'll put it at... Yeah, that works.
Understood. How close are they to the center of the formation?
The 2 front ones?
There
They're
are 4 cannons total. Where are they? Where are they at exactly?
2 are in the very front, on the very the group behind me that's right at the beginning of the 25.
They're just right behind you.
2 there, and then 2 supporting all the way in the back. Should something fly over?
In the center of the back, or spread in the back?
Spread in the they're in the very back, blocking that. All right, you know what? Actually, we'll put 1 in the middle and 1 in the back.
No. When I say in the back, I mean they're at the back of the formation, but is one on like the far right flank of the back of the formation? Or are they just both in the center behind the formation?
I'm editing it real quick. 1's going to be in the very center of the far back of the formation, like in the center of the men there.
Okay.
The other is going to be in the middle of our formation, of our giant formation as a whole, and it'll be in the center of the group that has it there. So dead center, dead center, dead center back.
Okay. So no cannons are on the side.
No, not really. The only ones that are kind of on the side would be the ones 2 up front that are on the side of each of the group.
Understood. For those watching, this is Aviators. You should go listen to their music. Right? Do you do anything in this last preparatory turn?
Yeah, take a look at the spells real quick. Things I never use.
This is very true.
I'm not a spellcaster. Please. I'm gonna cast Armored Agathis.
Understood. With what level?
2nd level.
Damn. As you coat yourself in this, like... It almost looks like ice, but it's just straight black shards.
Didn't look like that last time.
They kind of just encroach out of the metal, Still ice. It feels cold. It is an ice shard, but there's no blue color to it at all.
Brings up. That is currently with 77.
And then... now in range.
Am I able?
You do.
We're in range?
Yep.
Brilliant. How accurately do these cannons fire? Would I know that?
Oh, they just hit. As long
Brilliant.
as there's a certain distance between and they're not noticed.
So are there spires
But
on
it
each of
takes-
these towers?
The towers are each... they're not they're like each a fort.
They're just four.
So-
They're like a main area for them, or like
I mean, yeah, there's probably a courtyard inside of the fort.
so they're built more wide. All right. They're the gates. What do they look like? Makeshift? Or
They're
are they-
stone. They're like reinforced stone and wood.
Okay. And the forts is one like on the left side, one on the right side, one in the middle.
Yes.
Brilliant. All right. So we'll go into the middle first and spread out.
Mm.
Have one of the cannons fire like directly at whatever is the equivalent of a gate,
Okay.
just right through that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're artillery. They're gonna go up and come down.
Yeah. So like so on the gate then,
Okay.
hitting that.
You're fine. Woo! Cool.
The other one being coming down on the main like building of the fort, if I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
So right now the first two shots from the front two cannons are hitting that. Can the other two cannons hit?
The center fort, probably.
The center fort, so they can all hit the center fort.
Correct.
Fuck it, let's just fuck up the center fort.
Mm-hmm.
If there are like there's a center building like I was mentioning of the first fort. Are there any like maybe like what one might be able to assume are barracks from this distance? Maybe a smaller area within the fort, or maybe some buildings to the left side of that big fort. Because it's got a courtyard, it's probably got buildings surrounding the courtyard, correct? Or structure.
Yeah, probably, but it's all surrounded by a barricade, so...
Fair. Left side of the main fort, hitting whatever is there. Right side of it, alternatively.
Okay.
Just pretty much getting a full...
Just like, basically,
wrong.
destroy the gate and then carpet bombing the...
Correct.
Okay, just carpet bombing the interior?
Yep.
Alright. So, as you can hear, like, the lock and load of the cannons, and the fucking kaboom! As they all fire. And as you see them come down, you see the gate get absolutely shredded.
Nice.
Like, as the cannon layers and just splinters everything there. And as you can hear shouting and screaming from the fort, you do hear two more explosions as they hit the ground.
Two more explosions in addition to the ones that I fired?
No, just, you hear the one destroy the gate and then two more.
So only 3 explosions total.
Correct.
Did a fourth one come down, though?
It did.
Alright.
And then, you hear one of the hobgoblins, do a march or load?
Load.
Understood. And as they, as you hear the click and the locking and the loading, you do hear readies from all of them.
Brilliant. And I assume we're still moving. Partially. Probably not as fast.
The
they
cannons are
they have
not.
to stay stationary, correct?
Correct.
Then we'll keep a stationary pool. No reason to split them up
Mhm.
unless necessary. So we can still only hit the front two. You meant the back two can't hit anything other than the main fort, correct?
Front
middle
two can't
fort.
hit.
So the back two can only hit the main fort, correct?
Correct.
But the other two, can they hit the other forts?
They would have to move first, but yes.
All right. He's gonna direct some of the goblins to move the cannon further to hit the left fort, and the other right cannon to the right some.
All right. And as they begin, wheeling the cannons.
And then we'll have the 2 cannons fire once more at the, I wanna hit the center building again. I have a feeling about that.
All right, with the other 2 shots?
With the other 2 shots in the back, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Move at the middle building.
And as they load it, fire again, are they just hitting the 2 sides again?
No, the main building again. I want both the main one.
All right, just taking out the structures.
Basically, yeah. I want it because I only heard 3 things come down. I want to see something about that little area there.
As they fire and come down, 2 explosions.
2 explosions. All right, so
and you see 2 not spires, but the watching areas just fucking collapse.
Brilliant. And about how long does it look like those other 2 cannons are gonna get into formation for the other 2 shots?
Probably a couple more turns.
Probably a couple more turns. I guess that's fine.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity save.
Oh, fun.
Okay. As you see, alright. That's gonna be 15 piercing damage. As you see an artillery shot slowly careen down on you.
Nice. Alright.
And it it's not firing straight, it's almost lobbing through the air, rolling.
Got you.
And as it just explodes too early, you eat 25 piercing damage as the shrapnel goes out.
15 for 25 following?
No, just 15 total.
15 total?
Yeah. Oh, I just straight up misspoke.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's you worried me, man. So
15 total.
That's okay. That's the 10 absorbed from the armor of Agathis, and 5 of my total hit points.
Correct.
Brilliant. Does that by the way, does the armor of Agathis work on things they're using, when it hits, or get stealth damage too?
What do you mean?
So when someone hits me, or is it with the
it's with a melee attack.
Oh, it's melee attack. I can never remember.
Yes.
Thaddeus, I'm still way too far away for me to get any fucking direct attacks on them, right? From the I can never close that distance right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
You could if you just started fucking running, but
how many turns would that take? Full sprint.
I'd say if you bolt it in a full sprint, you could probably make it in 5. But you also have Sunder.
I do have Sunder. What is Sunder?
Which would probably cut that down to 3.
Alright. Yeah. We don't want to keep getting picked off. He's gonna have them... He's gonna have he's gonna have the necessary amount of troops needed to man the cannons, and move them out here in the distance, and command the rest of them to start marching forward at the capital, or not the capital, but this area here.
The forts.
The forts.
All right. As they begin marching, go ahead and roll a charisma save, or not save. Charisma check.
Just a straight charisma?
Correct. Damn.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As your orders are given out, a kind of independence, sort of, as you can feel yourself empowered. You kind of see, as your orders are given out, all the hobgoblins are just more motivated now. We're gonna fucking take this fort, you know?
Yeah.
You and each of them now have 10 temporary hit points.
Oh, shit.
This includes Rudia and Ruby.
I will adjust to Rudy. Okay.
I thought you were gonna give him inspiration.
That'd be...
You gotta do something in roleplay to do that.
Yeah, no, remember, to date, the only thing to have ever done that is...
And now as you march,
Basically,
are you just bolting it?
Yeah, everyone's bolting it. I gotta remember what fucking Sunder's first speed is.
I want to say 40.
I want to say 42.
Sunder is an elk, yes?
He is no.
No, it's 50.
Shit, I'm hitting 100.
Yep.
Yeah, and I...
Oh yeah, 3 turns you'll be good.
Brilliant. I'm fucking booming it. And I assume Ruby's also... and Rudy are both also flying on their way.
Correct. Though Rudy is gonna take some time, because...
I figured as much. But this is the... She's harder to hit than I am, so I'm equal to that.
As you... running, you can see, like... as you're running towards this decimated fort, you can see there's almost no one there now, given that it's gone. And you see standing in front of it a familiar figure.
Familiar.
You can see Saul dusting off his shoulder. As the right sleeve of his suit is completely torn.
So, I assume he was the reason why.
He was just wearing his business suit. Nothing else, no weapons on him.
Well, I figured as much. Remind me again who Saul is.
One of the archaeologists you spoke to when you went to Cabernet.
Okay.
You spoke to him and his wife.
Yep. I'm going to assume he's probably the reason one of those shells didn't go off. And he look, other than his suit being torn, he looks fucking fine, doesn't he?
Effectively.
Yeah. Thaddeus is moving his way towards him. As soon as he gets in shouting range. How close is shouting range? Just as far as he can hear me? That'd be like the last turn.
Yeah, you're in shouting range.
Then,
oh yeah, the Ruby is still with you. Like, Ruby has effectively matched the speed of Sunder.
I figured as much. I'm gonna look at Ruby like, be careful. That one's a wild card.
I see. Let me test something, shall we?
You would not listen to me if I said no.
You're correct. And you see Ruby just kind of like lock eyes with Saul. Saul's his expression goes from like what looks to be just kind of irritation to a bit of concern. And you see him just like grab his head in like panic and then just like shake off whatever it is that just happened.
Ooh, okay.
And Ruby, heretic. This is where you've been hiding.
Heretic? Oh.
They were the dragon.
And you see Salt shift.
Shift? Physically form?
Yeah. A lot.
What's he look like?
Well, why don't I drag you to the map, and then we'll see.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Saul.
And as you see him split and his skin grow into these massive red scales, that same red dragon you saw careening over the forest line.
Yeah. Oh.
Although notably, something's odd. His neck has these like various, almost colored lines around it, like going from like the base upwards. Very short, probably no longer than like 8 inches of these lines go up the side of his neck around it.
Right.
There seem to be various types of wood, like sticks.
All right. He looks. Thaddeus looks to Ruby like. Are you able to control them?
Rudy is not here yet.
Ruby?
Oh, okay, cool. I think you said Rudy.
Sorry, they have very similar RU names.
Mhm.
Are you able to control him?
Yeah. I need some time to attempt to again.
Alright.
Simply keep him occupied.
I can do occupied.
And then you hear, and then, I believe in your face. We are one of the godless, the best! And you now can't be frightened and make attack rolls with advantage for the next minute, as you feel a wave of fanaticism come over you.
Oh, okay. I like that. Alright. Do we, Oh, Walker's typing. Oh, no, did it close? No, we're else? We're here.
Thaddeus, with that wave of fanaticism, you go first.
I go first. Brilliant.
Yep.
I'm still on Sunder, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. That's 1, 2... Oh, are we doing side angles at all, or do I have to calculate the squares like this? Like forward, forward, left, forward, forward, left, forward, forward, left.
No, side angles are a 5-foot step.
Brilliant. Alright, 1... So I got 100 movement speed on him right now. So 1,
Correct.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you thought they were vampires.
I know.
10. 5 for movement speed, so 10 is only 50, right? I can fucking close the entire distance. How close do I want to get to the question? Do I just want to stop at 50 and try some funny shit? I do want to try some funny shit. Attacks are made at advantage anyways. I'm at 50, so I'm gonna subtract it back actually. Put I gotta look at something on one of my menus real quick. See what I'm about to do. I've got to keep him occupied, right? So let me open this up real quick. Gravity hammer, gravity hammer, gravity hammer. Alright. That's a true one. One should be fine. Alright, so I'm making it advantage. I'm going to, as a bonus action, rage.
Alrighty.
And I have advantage on an attack. It's 20 feet. I gotta look up gravity sinkhole real quick. I didn't put the spell on my list yet. Forgot, like an idiot. But because I mean I can at least make one attack at this distance. I'm gonna take the gravity hammer out and chuck it the 20 feet forward. So I am
Alrighty.
definitely out of range.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the attack with advantage.
Yep. Gravity hammer.
Oh shit! Go ahead and roll the damage.
It's gonna be, yeah, that's
10 bludgeoning.
Yep, 10 bludgeoning total, and he will Make a Constitution saving throw and take 5d10 damage on the failed save, and half motion on successful, and on the failed save will be pulled towards the center of the atom. Or the
So
pulled.
Right. Okay, the Constitution save was a 27.
Yeah, I figured. Sounds about right.
So.
I imagine the hammer's damage doesn't double. Just
So what spell did you cast out of it?
gravity sinkhole.
As you throw the hammer at him, you see both of his wings kind of like collapse to the ground, and then just like push back up with like the claw angle of them.
Nice. Alright, 5d10.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't double at all due to the correct? Because spell effects don't do that, right?
Correct.
I didn't think so. 28, he'll take half that, 14 force damage.
Alright. As it like kind of weighs down him, he like lifts out of it.
Oh, he should also take 2 more damage, by the way, because I'm raging.
Is that what the...
It's 2 more damage.
Oh, the rage is... Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm raging.
Yo. Alrighty. As you get empowered by, like, every possible fucking emotion right now, you see him, like... Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, there's nothing else I can do.
Alright. As you end your turn, you just kind of hear him like growl like a deep bellow, and just go, "You raise your pesky magics against me, you worm." Go ahead and make a dexterity save.
Yeah, this is where I get a little damage. Okay. Right. Take some damage.
That is going to be 33 lightning damage. As you see these sticks,
Holy shit!
the sticks around his neck kind of like float outwards and begin encircling him almost like a halo. And you can now tell that they're all wands.
Oh. How much would you say? 36?
33. 33 lightning damage as one of them fires off a lightning bolt.
7, 8, 9, 10. 23. Alright.
And then it is Rudia, who is then sprinting this turn. And then it is up to Ruby, who then... Let's see if it recharges. It does not. So, Ruby is then going to come up to you and place his hand on your shoulder. And he is going to give you 25 health back.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
And then that is the end of Ruby's turn.
Alright.
In which, let's see, Saloknir is now going to fly about 30 feet into the air with a legendary action. And let me just make sure. Don't fuck up how I do this exactly, because that'll make me real mad.
Avengers Assemble.
You can see, like, as you hear, like, a dun 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 of these incredibly heavy footfalls. you see almost like breaking trees from the east as these massive wings like billow from the trees and push out a familiar large armored figure.
Huh.
As you see Corone leap out onto the back of Saloknir and like grab onto one of his wings and fucking like kind of wrestle with it to get him to like fall to the ground.
Nice.
That is a strength. Oh yeah, that's a. Alright, let's see what Saloknir does. Okay, that's a natural 1. You see Corone fucking snap Saloknir's wing at the elbow.
Holy shit.
As you see him come down crashing to the ground. That is the end of Corone's turn. In which Saloknir is going to use a legendary action to take a swipe at him. Okay, 26 hits. That's 16 slashing. Alrighty. That is... now it is Saloknir's turn.
Oh, it was a legendary action to do the lightning one, I see.
Correct. Saloknir is now going to use his multi-attack. And he is going to swing. Alright. 1 bite attack on Corone, 821 hits. And that is. That is going to be 26 damage total. As he like takes a chunk out of Corone's like pauldron and just like dents it inward, with you can see like fire kind of like spilling out of his mouth onto Corone.
Nice.
Cool.
Also not cool.
And then he is going to make like drag himself along the ground with Corone still fucking on his back. And he is gonna make 2 claw attacks against you, Thaddeus.
That works. Thank God.
Okay. So 24 and 19, do those hit?
They both hit.
So that's 18 damage on the first swipe.
Cool.
And then 20 damage on the second swipe.
It's a 19 total. That's... Alright.
With the end of Saloknir's turn, Thaddeus, it is you now.
Brilliant. Alright, so the gravity hammer's way back there, so I'm not even going to consider that as an option at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta remember to pick it up, though. Thaddeus is gonna arm himself with his other warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2 back out again.
Yep.
And he's gonna make his first warhammer attack against him.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage. They 21 hit.
21 does hit.
He's gonna take 12 bludgeoning plus 2 more, so 14 damage total on the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna swing with his second attack with the warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
17.
A 17 does not hit.
Damn. He's gonna fucking whip that one. And then he's going to...
As you swing like the first one, you like impact it, and as you bring the second one around, he almost like catches it like in between his claws.
Funny fucker, isn't he? He's gonna make one more attack. 24.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna...
24? Was this reckless?
You got advantage.
Oh no, you make all attacks with advantage. Never mind, yeah. Correct, that does hit.
Brilliant. And he's gonna hit with that. Oh, I don't know why I hit that again. But press that. 6 bludgeon 2, 8 damage total from that one.
Alright. As you kind of like... As you wedge that hammer out of his claws and like break one of his, like half of one of his claws on the way out.
Brilliant.
Like the shards of it go flying.
And that,
is that the end of your turn?
that'll be the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn, go ahead and make a. All right, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
As one of these wands that's rolling around. Now you're close. You can see the detail on this one. It's like a bundle of like these. It almost looks like nerves. Like just wrapped in a tight line. And you are now paralyzed.
Ooh. Okay.
And now it is Rudia's turn, in which she arrives. This turn. And so next turn she can act.
And so I can start doing shit.
Correct. And then Ruby, let's see. Ah, that's another one of the d6. No. You see Ruby just take his claw and just like try to dig it like right into Solakir's leg.
Does what?
His claw, like, you know,
Claws
like
in the leg,
nails.
No, sorry,
Yeah.
I just missed it. It was getting fuzzy.
Okay, that does hit. 14 slashing. And you can see at this point, you can see like there are troops coming from the north marching down.
Nice.
Go ahead and at the end of Ruby's turn, Solakir is going to burn another legendary action and take a swipe at you.
Cool.
See, can't wing attack anymore, so.
Cool. On top there.
Oh wait, okay, cool. So it is a 34 to hit, and you're paralyzed, so it's a critical. That is 23 slashing.
Cool. I take half that, so 11.
All right.
Also,
Well, 11, right? But rounded down is always how it works.
Correct. Yes, Lava?
when you hit a paralyzed creature, it's not an auto crit. You just have advantage.
That's right. It's
Yeah, that is not how that works. It's just advantage. So reduce the damage by however much.
if the creature is within 5 feet of it, it's a crit.
Yep. He's not wrong. I checked.
Oh, it is. That is. I guess that is the case. Never mind.
Just happened to make that that area. Luckily, barbarian moment.
Yeah. True. The end of Ruby's turn. It is Corona again, who then just starts fucking like holding on to like the broken wing. Just starts fucking like punching the shit out of the back of Solakir's head.
Nice.
There's a... Okay. So that is a 19 that hits, and the other two do not. As he fucking just lays into Soloknir.
Nice.
You see a bit of like necrotic energy kind of come out of his gauntlet as he's punching Soloknir. The first hit like just kind of breaks one of the spines on the back, coming out where his fin is. And then the second one misses, and he gets like his arm like kind of lodged in between Soloknir's horn and his skull. As the dragon is like kind of like waving his head around to like try and get some angle of attack on Corone. That's 9 damage total. No, that's not 9 damage. That's 9 damage plus strength. So. Alright, there we go. End of Corone's turn. It is now Soloknir. In which case, he is going to... Well, you're automatically going to fail the dex save because paralyzation funny.
Yeah.
And then... Make sure I have the exact ability. Yeah. As... That's going to be... That is going to be 53 fire damage.
Alright. That is...
As you just get cooked.
That is down from the dragon a fire attack.
That seems to track. Now the question is, did you have the hair on you?
No, I used my hair. I have... Yeah.
Okay.
Melanie is the only person who has not used the hair out of game.
Alright. Well, you still have control of Rudia.
Yep.
So... let's see. So that is Soloknir's turn. It is now Thaddeus's. Go ahead and make a death save. That is one failure.
Maybe we shouldn't have split up.
You're thinking about it a lot. Don't worry about it. Don't get all fucking pessimistic right now. I don't need that.
Genuinely. Just let this play out, unironically.
I don't need that shit right now.
So
This combat's still happening, and it's... Yeah.
end of Thaddeus' turn. Rudia's up.
Alright, let's see. She's got 30 movement, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. She rolled. Yeah, she's gonna just dash. There's no reason not to. Or actually, wait. No, she's got spells. I feel like she's got.
Does have spells. That is true.
Yeah, spell is cool. It's working funny. Yeah, I don't like that one. Fuck it, she's gonna hit him with a firebolt
Okay.
cantrip, which is what...
The red dragon.
He's got nothing else that can hit him. I wasn't sure if he's only resistant or immune. I can never remember with dragons, because they're quirky and stupid.
Definitely.
Do you have any other option besides that, to be fair?
Only the move closer and get hit by attacks easier.
You have the shield spell ready in case.
That's a reaction.
Yeah. If she gets hit.
My point.
You also get advantage on dexterity saves if you take the dodge action.
All right. Well,
This
yeah.
is true.
We'll do the dodge.
They also
action.
have disadvantage on all attack rolls against you.
We'll do the dodge action.
She is able to compel another creature to be able to do that with their reaction right now.
Ruby.
Ruby, okay.
I don't think because I can't benefit from it. Right?
Mhm.
It's gonna fail.
Alright. Understood. Is that the end of her turn?
I don't think she has any other things she can do on her turn. Right? I don't
Mhm.
think her action is so. Yeah, no, that's me. Yeah, that's
Ready? Alright.
question. That when you're making death saves, you are unconscious, right? Or no?
Correct. You're unconscious.
I'll understand.
Mhm. Was that the end of Rudia's turn? Goddamn.
Yes.
Okay.
Took the dodge action. And had Ruby take the dodge action too.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You see, alright, Ruby's gonna do the thing. Okay. You see Ruby go to, once again, lock eyes with Soloknir. And kind of just try and establish some kind of, like, mental force over him. And Soloknir burns a second legendary resistance, forcing it off. You will obey. You owe the very least. And that is the end of Ruby's turn. In which Soloknir is then going to try and claw Karone. Wow, that's a natural one.
Nice.
As he goes to claw Karone, and Karone, still having his arm inside, like, locked with Soloknir's horn, makes Soloknir just, like, scratch the shit out of his own face. Kind of, like, pulling his head back as a shield.
Nice.
As he just fucking, like, slashes his nose, and you can see his, like, fucking blood, like, searing onto the ground from it.
Alright.
And now, Karone's turn. You see him just, like, kind of weave together some darkness and cast a spell. Well, I guess Thaddeus doesn't see it, but,
Rudia does.
Rudia sees it. As a fucking sphere of darkness appears centered on Thaddeus.
Center on me. Oh.
Yep. As Karone
Keeping you protected, homie.
As Karone kind of, like, just fucking lets go of Soloknir, and disappears into the darkness, and then comes back out of it holding Thaddeus.
Sweet.
This Corone moment.
Based Corona moment.
And so that is... Let's see. As far as... And Karone almost brings forth, like, a similar aura that Thaddeus does has wisdom saving throw. One. Okay, well, the 20 does succeed. Unfortunately, though close, as Corone uses Dreadful Aspect.
Uses what?
Dreadful Aspect.
What is that? What's that do?
It invokes fear.
Fun.
Though it did fail. That is the end of Corone's turn. And Soloknir does not recharge. As Soloknir is kind of almost disoriented from just goring his own nose.
You fucking idiot.
He is unable to smell right now, and thus loses his blind sense.
Cool.
Kind of seeing just this darkness orb in front of him. He goes to as his first instinct is to fly, you see him bat one wing and it just does nothing for him. Ah, foul critins. As he gathers around and goes to slash at Corone again. First a bite attack. 25 to hit. That hits. So that is 21 half because Corone resistance. 2, 7 plus 10. So 17 damage on Corone. And you see 2 claws. 19 does not hit, but 23 does. As 17 damage, halved is 9. No, round down 8. That is the end of Soloknir's turn. That is, go ahead and roll another death save.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Also, you're currently... does Thaddeus believe he's an ally of Corone right now?
When you saw him attack, yes.
Okay, cool. So you, in fact, have a +5 to your saving throws.
Oh, nice.
Including
Cool.
your death saves.
2 paladins in near proximity to each other. It's begun.
Correct. Probably should have checked that at the start, my bad.
It's okay, I don't think that didn't affect the other saving throw, so it's whatever.
Passive effects and such.
Yeah, that's all quirky.
Yeah. Well, you also have to be conscious to grant the bonus as well, so
I don't have that. I don't have that
correct
one yet, so it's whatever.
Oh yeah, you're not level 6.
Yep.
You're a paladin.
I chose to not get that and survive getting fucking bunted by a dragon.
True. Let's see. The end of Thaddeus' turn. Did you carry any potions of healing on you at all?
You have never given us a potion of healing once in this
You have
entire
never.
game.
I mean, to be fair,
Be like me and find them.
well, we discussed the medicine. Would the medicine have been given out to, us in game? Because you never explicitly talked about that.
That feels... Yeah, we didn't... I assumed we would have if when we walked out, but we kind of moved right into DACF after the downtime immediately. Would they that have been distributed?
Well, probably.
Alright, so it's up to... I guess it's your knowledge that you're going to bestow upon me. What does that give me?
It gives you a D8 of healing.
That's... Yeah. I like that.
when used.
Yeah.
So we'll just say you've got a couple uses of it on you. That makes sense.
How many uses? I'm gonna put it down as a thing.
It's just like battlefield medicine, so it's not a potion of healing, but it's a little bit.
But it does heal.
Yeah, but how?
It does heal. 2. 1d8 of healing.
Right.
You have 2 uses of it. You do see. End of Soloknir's turn, Thaddeus. Now it's Rudia's turn. What is Rudia doing?
Alright, let's see. What is Rudia doing? That's a great question. Okay, let's just have some fun.
Currently the center of darkness is. Oh shit. So she did get blinded.
So she's just gonna move out of it
Okay.
real quick. It's this square too, right? This
Yeah.
square, so this square should be
20
fine,
feet
right?
from here. Yep. No, one more, but yeah.
She could probably move around to
She can also just fly over Corone, so.
yeah, so we're gonna just move her like around here. It's 1, 2,
Mhm.
3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, I forgot, that's a side angle. She can hit from that, right?
Yep.
Yep. Alright, so we're gonna put her in between Thaddeus. And she is going to, with her first attack, make an attack against, of course, Soloknir, and grant the bonus from the sword to Corone
To attack on as a reaction.
as a reaction.
Alright. Corone is going to just fucking. So have Rudia do her thing first.
Yeah, let me. Which sword is it? Just the normal longsword?
Yeah. Do you have the stats of the sword on you, right?
I know what it does. Is that
Okay.
it just gives them that. I remember the 3 abilities it has. I don't really need to remember those. I was just wondering if this longsword stat is what it is, right?
I mean, it is a long sword, yes.
Does it have a +1 or something?
Yes, it does.
Alright, then I'll remember that. But, obviously.
Hmm.
She'll make 1 attack against him. 15 probably doesn't hit.
Correct.
So, that one will miss, but Corone can make his attack if he wants the reaction.
Mhm.
Do you want to do that first, or have her do all her stuff?
Just have her do all her attacks first.
Alright. Then she's going to make another longsword attack. 25.
Mhm. That hits.
At least 6 slashing.
+1,
Plus
7.
one.
7 slashing.
So as she kind of like takes this weird fucking sword and like kind of buries like the front spike of it into Soloknir and like tears upwards, Corone just gets like a boost of speed and just fucking like winds up and just an uppercut right into Soloknir's chest. Let's see if that hits. Oh, cool. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Oh my god.
As he just fucking chumps Soloknir. That's not a lot of damage.
But it's damage nonetheless.
But it was damage. So that is. As he just fucking decks him right in the chest with you see him just like cough up like some molten substances. Is that the end of Rudia's turn?
I think so. Give me just a second to read your skills. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Alrighty. He is gonna burn a legendary action to, as one of the wands. This one looks to be like chains with a skull at the end of it and like a fixed rod. As it points at Rudia.
Alright.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Alright, let's see what she can do.
+5 off of Corone. Was anything happening to her to give her advantage?
Not that I can note of.
Oh, that was also off of Thaddeus.
Again, does not have that aura.
No. You rolled with Thaddeus' stats, not Rudia's.
Oh, we want Thaddeus too?
No, you rolled with... Look in the chat.
No, that should be Rudy. I'm on Rudia's page right now.
Is your character... Is at the bottom... Is it selected that
me,
you're Rudia?
Yeah, it's because it's me, but that's her.
Okay, no mind then.
So I don't have
then you see her lock up off the hold person and just stop. Then after Rudia, it is Ruby. Who, and check for recharge. Yeah, that recharged.
Brilliant.
Ruby is going to attempt to exert will again. And Soloknir is going to burn his last legendary resistance on it. Now it is Karon's turn. Moving from that, Soloknir is going to try and claw Karon again. Now this time he's going to claw Rudia.
Alright.
Okay. 23 to hit.
Reaction shield. Or was it a crit?
Did that block yet? Was it 23?
She's paralyzed.
Can you not take reactions while paralyzed? I don't think you can.
No, you're incapacitated while paralyzed.
Sadly, you cannot take reactions. Yes, it's bad.
Paralyzation's strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty chump roll, to be honest. So that is only 20 damage.
Okay, yeah, that'll be 10 of the 10 hits. And 10 per hit points.
Yep, as he just like claws a fucking mean line down her torso.
Alright.
Still kind of like disoriented from the fucking punching himself in the face.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
So Karon is going to then reach down and place his hand on you. And that is going to be 35 points returned of health.
Oh, cool.
As you feel like a dark calling in your unconscious, close to death state, just pull you back from the brink.
Am I awake now?
You are awake. Still prone, but awake.
That's cool.
You are in his arm.
I'd rather be prone and awake than prone and dead. So.
And that is the end of Karon's turn.
By the way, I never remember the ruling of death throws. Does it stay for a bit?
No,
they go away. They go away once you become conscious.
You wipe them when you're stabilized or conscious. Yeah. So wipe those off.
Soloknir is going to also fail another recharge.
Thank God.
Thank God he failed.
Fuck that guy, man.
Well, he is going to take a bite attack against Rudia.
Alright. He's still paralyzed.
Correct. So that hits. Um, 14 plus. Math. 12 plus 18 is 30, right?
30. Yep.
Plus 10 fire damage is 40. So half the fire damage, so 35 damage total on Rudia.
That's all. That's the exact health.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
And that is from the bite attack. As he just fucking. Oh.
Wait, no, that's me. Wait. Hold on.
Check Rubia.
There's no shot you both had exactly 35 health.
There's no way. Give me a second and we'll see whether or not that is the case or not. Rudy? What did you have, Rudy? 33.
Ah, damn. So
Oh, okay. So still unconscious.
Still goes down.
Correct.
He still goes down.
That is a critical hit that knocked her unconscious. Go ahead and make her have a Constitution save.
Do not forget the
Get the
plus
plus
5.
5.
Plus 5. So it's a 31.
The nat 20.
Oh, okay. Alright, she does not have a lingering injury.
Damn, what a cool character bit what I would have had if she had a lingering injury. Sorry, I like cool
now
things.
it is Karon's turn. Not Karon. After Solitaire, it's Thaddeus' turn.
Alright. I'm going to, I fell out of rage.
Yes, when you go unconscious, you fall on.
Yep.
Right.
I fell out of rage. How do we want to play this? We want to risk the odds. I will die on any hit. I'm going to use my action to heal myself another 25 points.
Okay.
Going back to 60. I need to not die. Who cares if I use it? I need to not die. I'm gonna bonus action rage.
Okay.
So I don't fucking die. I explicitly don't do that.
As you pump yourself back to full, or not, do you go back to full?
60 out of 67, so damn near close.
Basically, as you pump her back almost to perfect health, you just feel the fucking anger. Oh. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alrighty. Ria's down. And it is...
Well, she should
her next, but Soloknir is gonna take a legendary action.
Figured as much.
Alright, go ahead and roll a... strength saving throw.
Sweet advantage. Me? Thaddeus, right?
No, wait. Actually, never mind. Hold on, wait. That is going to be at the start of turn. As this area... Not that one. Just becomes covered in webs.
Okay.
As one of the spells seems to be like a black piece of metal with like a spider holding an amethyst at the tip. There's just webs shoot out from it.
Then it's Rudia's death save, right? Or whatever. Any damage done to us?
No.
Not from web. Web does not damage.
Didn't think so. So
it'll become catastrophic if you get stuck in it.
Yes, this is true.
It is now Rudia's turn, so death save on her.
Yep. It's gonna look like it's me, but it's her. Add +5. That's a natural 20. She returns.
She's fine. She's back to full health. Or not back to full, but back to 1 health.
Back to 1 and conscious.
Yep.
Woo!
Nice.
That's the full action though, is the death save, correct?
Correct.
Well, no, that's just her entire turn. That's not
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. Good. She's not dead.
Yeah, no, she's not dead. She is stable. Or she's at 1 HP and conscious because of the nat 20.
We'll take that.
Base to Rudia.
End of turn, Solaknir is going to make a claw attack against Corone.
Fucking attacking Rudia right now.
Does not hit. As, like, him and Corone almost, like, lock hands in, like, a deadlock grab.
Nice.
That is now... Ruby's turn. Where's Ruby get the recharge? Ruby does get the recharge.
Yes!
Oh my fucking god.
And so... now it comes down to actually making a saving throw.
See how Solaknir does.
Correct.
Does the Solaknir? Who knows?
We need him.
Charisma saving throw. Well, that's just fucking poetic, is it not?
Oh.
Did he succeed?
Just check the chat.
I can't check. Is it a nat 1?
Oh my fucking god, it is.
Yes!
As you see... Solaknir just... bend the knee.
Got him.
We got the dragon.
And Ruby kind of like walks up to him and places his hand on Solaknir's nose. And you see him kind of just like grip downwards so hard he starts clawing into it. Go ahead and roll a full retreat, and as they're walking away, roast them. We'll need food, and then when you're done, there's a friend of ours that really needs your help. To the north of the castle. You'll know him when you see him. Good luck. And as he lets go, you see Solaknir just bellow out a retreat order and begin running in the other direction.
Based.
Nice.
Based, you did it!
We did it!
Oh.
You managed to survive at least this part without losing anyone.
Yeah. What a fucking encounter, right?
And 70% was in your favor.
Yeah, the 70% was in your favor, not his.
Correct.
I figured as much, but I was like, yeah, 30%. Nice.
Good odds, good odds.
Good odds.
But yeah.
Thaddeus, would Rudia have any of those healing things, or is it just Thaddeus and the other generals?
It was just Thaddeus and the other generals.
Figured as much.
There are medics in the squadrons that have like herbs.
Yeah, I figure there's healing among other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
As he leaves and has their troops retreat, we soon fall out of combat.
Correct.
Yeah. Thaddeus is gonna issue, because they're retreating out of the entire fort, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Solaknir is going back and screaming like, "Retreat! We've lost the forts. Let them take them."
Thaddeus is gonna have the people move into the forts and post up there for the moment while they tend to their machines, injuries, and such.
Yep.
He's gonna look at Rudy and be like, find a medic. Get healed.
Understood. And you see her, like, kind of like exchange a glance with Corone as she runs back.
And then he looks at Corone.
And Corone looks down to you.
So, it's been a minute.
Been more than a minute.
Yeah. What's your deal?
Deal?
Well, you attack my capital, and then I see you fighting something, someone, and then you come and aid us. I
come and deal with that dragon.
True, but you didn't need to aid me to do that.
Consider it a whimsy judgment.
Noted. Are you after Cabernet as well?
Of separate cause. He has something that we need.
Well, by all means, I don't need whatever. I don't trust you. I want that to be fully laid out here, but at the moment, best not to get in each other's way.
He begins walking away.
And Thaddeus walks back to his troops.
And Ruby is just softly chuckling.
Thaddeus gives him a look, but doesn't fucking egg it on or anything.
And you head back to your troops.
Yep. Let's see. What will he do? Like I said, he's gonna have them start moving into the castle, so whenever they get into the forts there, have them post up and start putting their weapons, you know, tuning their weapons or whatever, making sure everything's good and checking out the cannons, maintaining those.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure all the troops are alright. Did we lose any troops during that?
I mean, yeah, a few, but not nearly as many losses as Cabernet just had.
I figured as much, but I wanted
Given that once they do get into more of a full retreat in like a group, Sologir just begins toasting them.
Yeah.
You literally annihilated their entire force.
I know, it's great.
Notably, as Sologir is fleeing and roasting these troops, you can see the storm
Does it move?
kind of coalesce and become more dense and smaller.
Hmm. He will keep an eye on that as well. He's gonna go to Ruby. Be like, how long are we looking to stay here before we move our troops out again?
I'm ready to go.
Alright.
Though it would be wise of me to keep tabs on a new friend, just in case.
Yes. Is he referencing,
Sologir.
yeah. And he'll start, moving out the troops then. As soon as they all have, you know, gotten themselves in order. I don't know how much a medic can help with Rudia, so I mean,
Yep, this is fair.
it's up to you.
Probably only be like an hour, genuinely.
Well, yeah, we want to. We probably keep them in there an hour, if anything, before moving them out immediately again.
Mm-hmm.
So at least time for Rudia to take a short rest.
Correct.
Before
Right.
a good Minister.
Second win, short rest, second win again. The fighter classic.
This is very true.
Yeah, you know what? That
Basically
exact
get the
combo.
full-
That exact combo you just stated.
Just
gonna...
3d10 plus 9. Oh, okay.
Cool. That's 10 plus her Constitution modifier on that, right?
For the hit dice on short rest,
for
yes.
second win, or for the
Second
hit
win.
dice, yes. For second win, it's plus fighter level. It's
Fighter
1d10
level, so
plus fighter level.
5 instead, actually. Then it's... half hit dice, so 3, 8, 9, that's 17. 5, 22. 26, 36, 38. She's close enough to full health. She won't use that second win just yet.
There's also what is it? So as you are getting ready to begin moving out again, once a short rest is done, and the troops have everything battened down, they conduct some maintenance on the guns to make sure they can be ready to fire again. As you give the order to move out, as they say, as they like agree, like, you know how they shout. You do kind of hear in your head, "I, holy king."
Thaddeus becomes startled and looks around.
No one near that would sound like that.
Who are you?
Nothing.
Nothing? Fuck me.
Nothing.
And no one else heard that, I assume.
Doesn't appear so.
Voices in my head, and they go ring ding.
So as you continue marching onward,
yep.
You can see the many corpses of Cabernet just charred on the ground.
Fun.
As your
ideal conquest paladin scenario.
Oh yes, quite the ideal.
As you're going through, you do see a Varian not a Varian, Ruby, just kind of take his claw and like swipe a chunk out of one of the charred corpses and just swallow it like a bird.
Yeah, that is like, yeah, that seems about right.
Just right.
He's slightly unnerved, but he's learned not to question Ruby's just anything.
Alright. As you continue your march beyond the forts, I think that's where we're going to end the second for today.
Sounds good.
Nice.
The good one.
Yeah.
Base moment.
Base moment.
Successful mission.
Yeah.
And Dad, you didn't even lose any cannons, did you?
Nope.
No, you didn't.
Nope.
Which is fucking crazy
All
when you're fighting a goddamn dragon.
All 4 cannons. He was too preoccupied with the 5 fucking people fighting them all at once.
He was preoccupied with getting jumped.
4 people. Yeah, he was too busy.
His fucking wings snapped in half.
Yeah. Fucking...
Hey, good roll. Good job on Corone for that one.
Good job,
Good
Corone.
job on Corone for grounding the fucker.
Fucking...
Yeah, matched a 28 athletics check to a fucking natural 1. So...
Nice.
So, wing broken.
Fucking wing snappitied. It would have been kind of funny to see Rudy lose an arm, but I digress.
What does spiny fin mean?
This what?
Spiny fin.
Oh, spiny fin. Okay.
That was a good one. Thank you all for joining in. Next week will be Melanie's ordeals.
True. Next it'll be the other side of Cabernet.
Correct. All the way to the left.
all the way to the.
At least you don't have to fight a dragon. So
Yes, this is true.
there's a win there.
It also means Pendragosa won't be occupied with a fucking dragon.
Correct.
So he'll have quite the free reign.
Yeah, which means you're probably gonna be fine.
Yeah, time to fight Arya. Jesus Christ.
Coron's getting himself brownie points.
Coron's got himself brownie points with Thaddeus.
It was the paladin acknowledgement walk.
Yeah, the two paladins walking into a bar.
Their aura is a plus 10.
For a second, I thought he was going to make Thaddeus undead.
Adam Game, are you fine with me saying what he is, Kevin? Because you revealed it by telling me what his channel divinity was.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even his channel. Or yeah, that was his channel divinity.
No, that is in fact what that
ability was. I know what it is. Yeah, he revealed it. And...
Well, I'll tell Salix. He's an Oathbreaker.
Oh shit!
Which means he had an oath and he fucking broke it.
Oathbreaker paladin because he used the signature ability they have.
Jesus.
Yeah.
An Oathbreaker and a Conquest Paladin, the two most combat-ready paladins.
Yeah, the two most combat-heavy paladin classes, deadass.
Like, no real argument there. One's crowd control, the other's single-target fuckery.
Yeah, there's single-target death. That's literally the way they both work. It's ridiculous.
Well, they are a wombo combo of chicanery right now.
Yeah, okay, buddy, chicanery. God. I do so